I want to go figure out how to use this AI stuff because if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be me. I've always been that kind of guy.
As long as you're using these tools that we have, it's just a tool for you. It won't take away your job. But I think if you decide to use the tools as leverage for your business, I think you're just putting an end date on your business.
So I want to bring up the 4,000-pound bot that's in the room when we're talking about technology. So what's the deal? What are we going to do about this? How does ChatGPT affect the insurance world? What's going to happen here?
Oh man,
what's going to go on? Are there no more agents?
With a lot of technologies, this one's a little different. I think the thing that's different about this one is the speed at which it's being adopted. And the lift that it gives in productivity. In the last 2 days, I've had two different people, one on the broker side, one on the carrier side, say to me, like, they make it so easy for us nowadays. You couldn't do anything to a computer unless you had a degree and spent years like reading books like the ones behind Craig, right? It was really hard to to do anything with computers. You were considered a genius if you knew how to. But, fast forward now, we all are computer programmers. We set alarms on our phones. We set reminders. We figure out how to program our remotes to record our favorite, channels and shows. It's like technology is all around us, right? And so it just keeps getting easier and easier and faster and faster. It used to be also that you needed $1 million at least so that you could build out a little data center and have a few servers and connect it to the internet in order to have like an e-commerce website, right? Nowadays, all you need is like a credit card and access to Amazon or Etsy or Shopify or one of these platforms, right? It's just amazing. So back to the question about Gen AI, there are infinite use cases and people coming up with ways to use AI every day. And so I think the important thing really is focusing on there are people in the industry that are ready for it. They're open to it. They're saying, hey, I want to go figure out how to use this AI stuff because if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be me. I've always been that kind of guy, right? When it came to technology, it was like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to do it. I'm not afraid to push the buttons. No nukes are going off when I hit enter. So life is good. I'll figure it out. But then there's the people who are like, they just don't want to change. They're hoping that they can keep doing what they do the way they do it until they reach retirement, right? And so what we need to have happen here is more people running towards technology because it's happening so fast, you can't hide from it.
Yeah, agreed. I've been telling a lot of people that recently, like every day that you're not investing a few minutes into just understanding it or whatever, it's moving so fast that at some point, it's like not knowing the internet. The amount of leverage is going to be, and I think if I did have a crystal ball, it would pretty much say those that invest in that kind of leverage, because one person can do the work of 10 people, at least with AI, right? I think the people that don't go that direction are completely gone. Like, I think they're going to be so irrelevant. It's going to be amazing. It's like trying to go back to insurance agents, door knocking and writing out policy in paper. Yeah. It's just, how do you do that these days? I think that's, the difference.
Yeah, I think it's interesting also to think, when I think about it from, the distribution side of the house and the big corporate carrier side of the house. On the distribution side of the house, a lot of these independent agents specifically, right, they don't have the resources. And what I've seen firsthand from just some of the agent events I've gone to and had conversations with, is kind of a fear over this stuff. Like when I tell them I'm with InsurTech Hartford, they're like, InsurTech, you're bad. It's like, you're going to destroy my business. You're going to take all my customers away. And like, they have all these fears. And, maybe to some extent, some of that's right, but it doesn't have to be that way, right? Nowadays, what I see when I talk to agents is there's a growing population of tech-driven brokers and agents growing up in the industry, right? So I don't have like a metric on it, but it's definitely a growing population of people who are really progressive in their thinking, saying like, hey, I'm going to be tech driven. I want to run a tech driven agency. It gets really interesting in dynamics where it's like a multi-generational family, running the agency. And it's like, well, dad built it this way and he doesn't understand that I need to run it that way. And I'm sure you guys have probably run into some of those stories along the way, right?
Yeah, those are the best stories, because if you can take proven processes of the past and then stick it with somebody who's super forward thinking, but holding on to especially the values and everything in some of the processes of the past, and merging the two, that's where it's just unstoppable. I think too many times people either try to go too much in one direction. It can't be all like AI and all that stuff still needs somebody to manage it. It's a tool. It's not a replacement. Like, everybody's so black and white. Everybody has been. Every time some technology comes out, it's the internet. Oh, it's going to take away all this. No, it's like the small shop on the street, when Walmart came out and stuff like that, like Walmart could take them away. But like, if they started selling on the internet, all of a sudden the whole world is there at the foot of their store. So it's like, as long as you're using these tools that we have, it's just a tool for you. It won't take away your job. But I think if you decide to use the tools as leverage for your business, I think you're just putting an end date on your business.
Bringing a knife to the gunfight. Like, why when everybody else has guns, are you going to show up with a knife?
Thanks, Stacey.
Okay.
I suck at that. Anyway, thanks, guys.